to Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown, a musical talk show with in-studio guest performers and interesting program features, anchored by the man with many titles: musician, producer, actor, director, YouTuber, filmmaker. Well, the list is long because he's the man and more. So friends, Canadians, ladies and gentlemen, your Sunday midday fun starts here. Welcome to the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
I'm your host, as always, the one, the only, Scott Dion Brown, and I'm joined, as always, by the best co-host in the galaxy,
Regine, Alaina. Good morning, happy Sunday, fun day, everyone. And yes, as Scott said, it is Galaxy Day here in the studio because not only am I here all decked out with my crown and sash, but I have two of my pageant sisters that I cannot wait for you guys to meet.
That's right. So how was your week, Regine?
It was busy. I went to Light the Night on Thursday at Nathan Phillips Square, and then yesterday I actually went to one of the screenings of that Filipino movie we were talking about a few weeks ago, Temptations of a Hero.
How was it?
It was really good. It is a tearjerker, and what I really liked about it, and I talk about it on my Facebook page and Instagram, is that growing up as a Filipino, I hear a lot of stories from like my titas that are like, oh, that came from the Philippines, and hearing their struggles to get their families here. And so that movie really portrays what they go through.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I think it's still on for people to be able to watch. Right?
Yes. They have a few screenings coming up, so make sure you check them out on Facebook.
Cool. Well, there you go. Nice little plug. Well, yeah, I mean, it was, but you liked the movie. It was a good movie.
I did. My mom loved it too. She came with me.
Wonderful. You were both crying?
She's more of a crier than I am, so she was like...
Well, and then she was able to fix her makeup up very quickly.
Exactly, because she's
a professional makeup artist. That's right. All right, well, shall we?
Plug it.
Yeah, there you go. An extra little plug for Beautify by Alaina. Shall we start the show?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's start the show by this. Today's episode of The Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown was brought to you by our two executive producers. Regine.
Yes, Scott.
Do you want to know what your home is really worth?
I could.
Are you buying or selling a home?
I might need a new closet.
Ooh, then Jennifer C., realtor at Home Life Culture Link, is here to help. She will sell you a closet. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. You can ask her.
Closet.
She's here to help. You can find out. Call or text Jennifer today at 647-403-8887. Don't deal with just anyone.
No.
Speak to a professional. Jennifer C. at Home Life Culture Link. To see her current listings, visit homelifeculturelink.com. The Mortgage Godfather is here to give you advice with any mortgage needs you may have, and he will shop to find you the best mortgage. Nino Saimeka, mortgage agent.
He'll give you an offer you can't refuse. He'll give you an offer you can't refuse, Regine.
Find out more at mortgagegodfather.ca or call 905-604-6955. Thank you very much to our executive producers.
Yes, and if you want to advertise on our show, it's so simple. All you have to do is email us at radioshowad. That's radioshowad@gmail.com, and we will be more than happy to set you up with an awesome plan.
That's right. We'll set you up with a fantastic advertising plan. It's personalized. We read the ads week to week, so if you have a sale or some kind of other event happening, you can let us know, and we can make the ad different every week. It's a very personal relationship with your potential new customers and with us. That's right. There you go.
Wow.
There you go. That's how in sync it is. There you go. So get in touch. Thank you very much. And now let's meet our guests, Regine.
Yes.
So who do we have here? We have members of
Team Galaxy Canada. So as you guys know, back in September, actually starting of the sit down itself, I started this Galaxy journey, and of course I won, and I am brought to you guys our Junior Miss Galaxy Canada, Miss Nicole, and of course our Mrs. Galaxy Canada, Denise.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Well, thank you guys for being here. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, we're well.
So congratulations to you both on your recent victories.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So how does it feel to have won?
Feels pretty great. Well, what I think is actually quite exciting about this entire pageant system is that you don't just win as an individual queen, you win as part of the sisterhood. And I love that we have events that we all come and do together. So I think
Like
that's
this.
exactly just like this.
Yes.
What about you?
I can't explain it. It's amazing. Like having this crown on my head, like I can't explain it. Like, is this real? Like every single day, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I need to savor the time that I have this crown on my head. Like it's amazing and it's unexplainable. Like
It's
Can
quite.
you show the viewers what you just did there with your crown?
It's quite shiny.
It's very sparkly.
It is.
It looks heavy. Are they heavy?
well, it starts to hurt like after you wear it for a long time.
But it's the kind of thing where it's like you're happy to feel the pain.
Beauty is pain, right?
The pain of victory.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. So what was it like on the night? How did the pageant go for you guys?
You know what? I was super stressed out just because it was my second time doing it. And so to me, I was like, oh my gosh, what if I don't even make it to the top 5? Because I was first runner-up the first time. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And luckily, our Mrs. Galaxy Canada, Denise, had her baby Theodore in the room. So he was my little stress reliever.
I know, he was like a stress ball, but like in baby form. So we're all in like the dressing room and Regine comes in, and at this point he had his baby meltdown, so he was actually out and about with grandma. And so she comes into the room and she's there for a while, and I'm like, hey Regine, and she's like, you know, like
Where's
not
Theo?
anything personal, but I kind of was hoping for some baby time right now, so I'll just continue going for a walk outside. I'm like, bye, Denise. Well, I love you too.
So the baby helped.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
And
Like,
he's-
what baby doesn't help?
I know, those little giggles.
Makes sense. takes your mind off the butterflies in your stomach and everything. You're just happy.
You just do baby fever instead.
Well, if you want a confidence booster, all you do is you go, and he's like, hi, and he like loves you.
Smiles and giggles.
I know, it's just like, okay, he loves me. All right, that's
Yeah.
good. I've got a fan.
Wonderful. Any favorite moments or highlights from the pageant when you were there?
Seeing her get called first was huge. So there's 7 of us. There's the Little Miss, the preteen, there's the Junior Miss, there's the Miss Teen, the Miss, the Ms, and the Misses.
Yeah.
And of course, seeing the Little Miss do their pageant, it was just so,
so
it was too cute.
Yes.
Like, you can't handle it.
So how small? How old is Little Miss?
Is it 7 to 8?
I think it's 6.
Yeah, 6
Oh,
to 8.
6 to 8.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So very tiny.
They couldn't make it, but shout outs to all of them. They all live in different parts of Canada, of course. So, yes, but we know you're watching. So, hi.
It was really fun actually because we were standing beside each other.
Yeah,
And
oh
so
my goodness.
we're there and I just hear all of like the little
little
exclamations. But no, because of someone's being called up
Yes.
and you're just like, oh my God, that's one of my girls. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, she's like final 2 standing. And then
Oh
she
my
wins and
goodness.
she's freaking out and I'm freaking out for her and for everyone. And oh man,
Yeah,
that was
so
fun.
when you got called Nicole, it was I was literally back to I'm like, and to just see you crying, I was like, oh, she ugly cried, but
I know it's really hard not to.
That's fitting. In that moment, it makes sense.
Well,
Yeah.
you're happy. Yeah. Tears of happiness.
And then when obviously Denise got called, I was like, oh, because to see what Denise had gone through from her last pageant up until now, I was amazed that you actually went through with it and came, and I was like, yay!
I
she's
know.
here.
Well, Regine was a very good supporter. She helped,
Thanks.
keep me pulling through. Yeah.
I try.
Plus, you find also we've said this every time we have people from pageants on, because there's that sort of that stigma of like it's very overly competitive and all this stuff.
Well, I mean, we are competitive.
We're competitive, but it's not like you're not at each other's throats.
No.
right?
No, very supportive of each other, actually.
Yeah.
Like our little group in the Mrs. dressing room. Like, help me with my dress. Okay, down, up. Oh, can you help me with mine? My bra, grab my bra. Like, we're just there for each other.
Yeah.
We're still, ultimately, this is how I always take it. You're competing against yourself. You're trying to become the best version of yourself in the process. Other people are there and everyone is in competition, but ultimately you should be focusing on yourself.
Yeah.
The moment you focus on someone else, you've given the power away to
yeah.
them.
Makes sense.
So that's what it is. It's a competition, but still be like a graceful person in the process.
Denise had one of my extensions in her hair.
Exactly. I know. I had some hair, and then when I pulled it out later, someone's like, "Oh, that's disgusting."
Like, no, it's mine.
I know.
Yeah, that makes sense. Competing against yourself is a good way to put it. It's the same a lot. Like I've competed in singing competitions. Or
You've done a
band
pageant
competitions.
yourself.
I have done a pageant.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Which one?
The Mr. Philippines PIDC.
Wow. Nice.
He's still the reigning.
I'm still the reigning because the following year they got rid of Mr.
Oh, really?
So I never had to relinquish my crown.
No.
And I never will.
But you also never got a crown.
That's true.
Let's be
Actually,
real.
I didn't get a crown. That's true. It's
You got a title.
I got a title. Well, no, I got a.
Oh, like the sash.
the sash, but it was the kind that hangs.
Yes. Over both shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they ever did a Mr. Galaxy, would you do it?
I don't know. I mean, maybe. Maybe then we'd all be Team Galaxy. Team Galaxy Canada. I don't know.
Cindy, I hope you're here then.
Or if they need a host, maybe I'll host it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But I was gonna say, oh yeah, because when you do a battle of the bands, right? It's like you can feel threatened by the other bands around you, but like you're not actually playing against them, right?
Yeah.
It's like you have no control over what they're doing.
Yeah.
They have no control over what you're doing. All you can do is go up on stage and give your best performance.
Yeah.
And if it goes badly, that's on you. It's not on any of the other performers. So you're not. Yeah, it's a competition, but you got it right on. You're not competing against other people. It's not like a sport. Like I'm not trying to score on them and they're
I'm not trying to
points.
body check you out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could try. That's a strategy, but I don't know if it'll work.
No,
very
you'll get
well.
disqualified real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
How about you, Nicole? What was one of your highlights besides winning?
You winning. I was crying more. Like when you won, I was so happy.
Aw.
Like I was like crying so much. Oh my gosh, I was so happy for you. Like actually, and the PJ party, that's fun too.
PJ party.
The PJ party. Denise actually showed us some awesome moves at the dance.
Yeah.
At the dance party. At
Yeah, it
the
was a
PJ
dance
party. Awesome moves at the dance.
Sweet.
No, she showed us how to get away from someone if they grabbed your arm.
Yeah, so I'm a third-degree black belt in Taekwondo,
Nice.
and I feel it's very empowering for females. So one thing that I wanted to gift everybody was just a little bit of self-defense, you know, just that little extra confidence. If someone were to grab you by the wrist, try to drag you away, doesn't matter what your size is, you use leverage, you use your body and momentum to find the point that is smallest to escape. So that was
So
one
when
little
someone tried to take the crown from you, you're like, no.
don't you dare.
Amazing. There you go.
Yeah, no, it was fun.
So for all you viewers, if you're trying to grab one of us, we know how to
They
get out of
know.
it.
Team Galaxy knows how to rumble if they need to.
Yeah.
Cool.
Gracie Lou Freebush. That's congeniality.
Didn't you win Miss Congeniality too?
No, I didn't. I didn't, no.
I was like, wow.
See? So it even adds more to it. Like I told you, every time I hear Miss Congeniality now, because of that movie, it's always like that's the category of the secret FBI agent. And
Denise isn't an FBI agent.
That's why I didn't.
Training. Yeah, see, there you go. Training.
Yeah.
Very important. Cool. How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
Good.
Yeah, you guys do you have any family traditions or things you do? What do you do?
I ate so much. Like the one thing everyone asked me. So the first time I saw a lot of my family after the pageants, they're like, "Oh, congratulations, congratulations." Wait, can you eat? I'm like, "Of course I can eat."
We need energy. We gotta fuel our bodies.
Yeah.
For all these
I ate a
appearances.
lot at Thanksgiving. How about you?
Well, I spent the day before Thanksgiving volunteering collecting donations for Mississauga Food Bank.
Oh, awesome.
It was really fun, yeah.
Cool.
And for myself, it's usually a lot of family stuff. Sit down and just eat to the point of coma. So,
I felt you on that one.
yeah. Food coma, tryptophan. Yeah. So it was delicious.
Yeah.
Always look forward to Thanksgiving.
You weren't here for Thanksgiving. Where were you? Last weekend.
On the show?
Yeah. You missed our Thanksgiving special, so we brought it to the
yes.
studio.
Oh yeah, that's right. Look at all the. Oh, you mean last weekend? Yeah, I was at the Stiver Mill Farmers Market. I managed to call in. I called in last week, but Regine hosted the show with Mauve as our guest.
Oh.
Shout out to Mauve, whose new album or EP Palette just came out.
Wow.
Check it out on fine music retailers and retailers everywhere. But yeah, I was at the Stiver Mill Farmers Market. It was their final week of doing the show. They have the farmers market. They have it every Sunday, and it's really pretty there. Like I don't know if you guys have ever been to Unionville, but the little main street has all these like old
Unionville
buildings.
reminds me of the Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
And And that's why I said it last week. I was like, Scott really makes it feel more like Gilmore Girls because have you watched it? So all of the viewers who have seen it, if you haven't seen it, in Gilmore Girls, they actually have someone walking around playing guitar.
Yeah.
And like, that's perfect.
The neighborhood minstrel. That's right.
Yes.
Well, that was me.
That was you.
And it was funny. They actually had signs up. I guess the Gilmore Girls
They just had a festival.
just had it, so the signs were still there. So I saw that when you were
Talking
you
about
mentioned it. Well, I saw it afterwards.
Yeah.
But it's really pretty. Like if you're looking in the summer, like I said, it's done for the season. But if you guys are looking for a nice place to walk around for the morning, you go to the farmers market. We'll go down. There's like a bunch of restaurants and shops.
You can see Scott buskering.
You might find me there. Yeah, singing some music.
Nice, nice. So this is a weekly farmers market.
Yeah,
on
every
Sundays?
Sunday. Every Sunday from 10 to 2.
Nice.
And I've played there a few times, and then, like I said, I think because the weather's been warmer, it was supposed to be over, but they extended it 1 week, and they called me, and they're like, Scott, want to play one more week? And I was like, okay.
Nice.
But then, so I couldn't do the sit down, so Regine had to fill in. But I managed to call in because it was actually our 50th episode,
Oh, wow.
which was pretty cool.
He misses every 10th episode.
It's kind of weird.
We realized it last weekend that he always misses like the milestones.
Yeah, I know.
Like 20, 30, 40. I'm like, really, Scott?
Is it on purpose?
Yes, it is.
I'm starting to think
Just
that
like,
it
you know,
is.
I just look at my calendar and I'm like, oh, no, I can't.
That's
There's
the
a
next
10th.
decade.
Okay, when's the next one? Let's count.
Well, next milestone. I mean, next. You mean like
the big milestone is coming up.
That's
Which one's that?
That'll be the 1 year
Yeah.
episode. That'll be in 2 weeks.
No, so he'll miss that one for sure.
No, we got some plans. We got some plans for that.
Ooh, surprises coming up. Nice.
In fact, actually, we can sort of say it, but Jewelry Forever, our wonderful, one of our advertisers will be mentioning, but we're setting up there. I think they're going to do like a giveaway
For the
special
month of
for the
November.
month of November, celebrating our 1 year show. So get in touch with that. We'll let you know how to sort of enter that contest.
Maybe
Somebody's
it's
gonna
time
win
to
something.
talk about some advertisers.
Some advertisers?
Yeah.
We can do that. Sure. I mean, let me just put up the music here, and we can do this. We can make this happen.
Sorry, I have the tendency to catch him off guard.
It's a good spot to do it, though. This segment of the sit down is brought to you by Jewelry Forever, conveniently located at CF Markville Shopping Center on 5000 Highway 7 East Markham. They do custom-made jewelry, repairs, and they change watch batteries, all done on site. Or, Regine, if you don't want to go outside.
No,
If
it's too cold.
Too cold. You don't want to get dressed. It's getting cold. It's too blustery. You can shop online at jewelryforever.ca, where you can get free shipping with any orders of $149 or more. So if you're in the Markville area, head on over there and tell them Scott and Regine sent you.
Yes, and just so you guys know, it's like just barely 70 weeks till Christmas.
That's right.
70 days till Christmas, sorry.
Like 70 weeks.
Sorry.
I'm like, wow,
So
that's
next
over a
Christmas.
year until Christmas.
70 days until Christmas, so
So
get
start
on
your
that
shopping
Christmas
now.
shopping.
Head on over there.
And of course, like Scott mentioned, we are going to be doing a giveaway with them for the month of November, so make sure you stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned. We'll be releasing the details soon. And it was also brought to you by the Canada's Top Choice Council, a non-profit organization that is proud to present a variety of amazing events held annually that help to grow the community, advance education, self-empowerment, and promote public appreciation for the arts. They recently had their Canada's Top Choice pageant recently, and coming up in March, they have the Give Back fundraising concert, which is a fun event featuring a whole bunch of wonderful musicians who will be performing.
Including
and it's gonna be a
Scott.
great time. That's correct. So come on down and get in touch. Find out more about them at Canada's Top Choice on Facebook. Facebook.com/Canada's Top Choice. And thank you very much to our advertisers for advertising on the show.
And if you want to advertise on the show, like we mentioned earlier, it's really simple. All you have to do is email us at radioshowad, as Scott likes to say it, radioshowad@gmail.com.
That's right. And we're back. We're back with members of Team Canada Galaxy.
Galaxy Canada. And I just want to give a shout out to some of our viewers on right now. We have the Miss Teen Galaxy 2019. Liz is tuned in. Hi, Liz. Hi. And then we also have Melanie. So we have our Miss Teen this year. Her mom and her are watching as well. Good morning, ladies. As well as Cindy with an S. And, of course, the one and only from the Miss Galaxy International. We have Maria Torres tuned in. So good morning to all of our Galaxy sisters.
Good morning to you all. Thank you guys for tuning in.
And of course, everyone else watching.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. All you guys too. Hi.
Yes, hi, Mom.
Did you guys see the Joker movie?
No.
I don't even think she's old enough to watch the Joker.
Maybe watch it in a few years. It's very dark. I mean, the thing that was so interesting to me, I don't know if you guys have heard of all like the controversy around it.
No.
Well, there's just been so much, and the weirdest part is all of this came before anybody even saw the movie. But there was all this. I don't want to get into it really, but the media was basically saying that this movie would like encourage violent acts to be carried out by people.
Oh.
Which was really weird because, I mean, there's never been any evidence that links, like, video games or movies to actual violence, but they just, for whatever reason, honed in on this movie.
Interesting.
Weird. There's been nothing, of course, because everybody already knew nothing was going to happen, but I will say it was a really cool movie.
Oh, you watched it?
Oh, yeah, I went and saw it, yeah. It's, I thought it was awesome. I mean, we won't talk about it long because none of you guys have seen it.
Sorry, Scott.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. I would never spoil. I hate spoilers. But what I will say is it's barely a Batman movie, right? Like obviously, Batman is not in it at all. It's not about that. It's about the origin story of Joker, how he becomes who he is. But it's very, dark and
Just in time for Halloween.
yeah, sure, a tragic story. Halloween, there are going to be tons of Jokers for sure.
Oh, goodness.
Get ready for that.
Speaking of Halloween, next week is our Halloween special.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So tune in. But Halloween, I know there's a bunch of like screamers and stuff like that are happening in the city of Toronto. So it's like a haunted house. And one of my coworkers actually works at Screamers. And so she comes in on Fridays and to see her transformation from a normal human being to like this deformed person, I was like, ooh. Kudos to all of you people who do it, but
Screamers is like it's a haunted house you can go to, right?
And they scare the bejeebus out of you.
The bejeebus.
Yeah, so you know it's scary. Would you do a haunted house?
No. I'm terrified.
I know you're looking at me like, no.
I would do it if Regina did it with me.
No.
I need someone to hold on to.
No. Bring Theo.
Well, I remember
Theo.
Her baby.
Oh, maybe he might just laugh, and then all the people would be like, oh, he's so cute, and it would just change the whole atmosphere of the.
Okay. Would you do one?
I've been to one before.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't really find it scary. The funny part I found was, so I was in with a couple friends.
No, which one did you go to?
I think it was at the X.
Oh, that's Screamers.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember we're wandering around this kind of maze thing, and I was just, like you see a lot of people in costumes and like, and I go, whoa, I mean, I'm not actually scared, but then there was
that?
but what was the funniest part was we were in this kind of maze part, and this like pig man comes out. He's just like, and my one friend found him really scary for some reason, and so my friend started running away, and the pig man chased him. And so I was just standing there laughing, watching my buddy just get away from me, just leave me alone. And this pig was like, and he chased him around.
Maybe he has a fear of pigs.
It could be.
People have fear of clowns.
Yeah, I have a fear of clowns. Yeah.
Me too.
It was like he'll stop. It was just like he'll stop chasing you if you stop running. But he kept running, so he kept. It was just a very funny moment.
Oh my god.
I'll always remember it.
No, we went to, where did I go? Casa Loma, and this was when they were still getting everything sorted for their Halloween decor.
Yep.
And I walked through that tunnel that goes from Casa Loma to the stable, and it's literally underground, and they were already setting up all their Halloween stuff. I couldn't do it. I was like, I don't like this. And there's a little boy behind us, and he's just following because he's with someone. And then we realized in order to go back to the castle, we have to go back through that tunnel. And he looks at us and he goes, I have to do it again. And we're like, see you there. And we can let him go by himself. But as we're walking, you can hear everyone freaking out already. And so, those things that keep the cold in giant fridges, like those plastic things that just hang down.
Oh, yeah, like.
So that's what they have there. And so we went through one, and there was a group coming in, and they saw us, and they freaked out. And I'm like, wow, I'm not that scary.
It's the anticipation, right? They're expecting something now.
Oh,
Yeah,
but that person
jump out of
screamed from the top of his lungs, and we're like, are you okay?
We're just walking
I
through.
swear I'm not scary.
Awesome. Well, maybe I should go to another one.
Maybe. Do the Casa Loma one. It actually looks really scary.
Well, because Casa Loma is already kind of a scary building, even
Yeah.
when it's, like Casa Loma, I mean, it's a super old
Castle.
castle.
With a lot
City
of
Toronto.
history, and
It's beautiful.
it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's beautiful.
But not right now. It's scary.
Yeah, then I wouldn't go right now.
It would be good for. I mean, yeah, it makes sense to make a good haunted house because it's got all like the archways and all that stuff.
And that underground tunnel.
That's right. Yeah, there was a secret doorway there. Right?
That one was the scary one. That's where the little boy was like, I don't want to go again.
I'm looking over at Nicole, and she already has like the heebie-jeebies. She's just like, ah.
So what are you going to be for Halloween?
I have no idea. I'm always late. Like, I want to be like something from Stranger Things because like I love Stranger Things, but then like I don't know. Still, I'm always late.
Stranger Things.
I've never watched Stranger Things.
Oh, it's a great show.
Oh,
They
wait, she has
all
an
gave
idea.
me that like,
In fact, one thing I like about Stranger Things is like so it's very heavy on the nostalgia. So like a lot of stuff from the 80s. It takes
Yes,
place in the 80s.
yeah.
Right? Have you watched it?
I watched only the first season, and after
Okay.
that, I was too scared. I was
See-
like, I'm afraid of aliens, no more.
Well, I think season 1 is actually the best season, actually. So that's good.
It's hard to choose.
But yeah, that's true. But there are a lot of references, like stuff that I remember from being a little kid. You know,
in the 80s? Yeah, you just
Sure.
told everyone how old you were.
No, I mean,
Hint.
I'm more of a '90s kid because I don't really remember much of being young. But there are a lot of references. But what I like about it is that, like, you like the show, right? But obviously, you probably don't remember the '80s.
well, I was
Talking about it.
But what's cool is what I notice is all the stuff that they reference is stuff that's popular either again now or still popular. So like whatever age you're watching it, like you can still find stuff to enjoy. Like, I don't know, Ghostbusters and what other references do they have in there? Oh yeah,
I haven't watched
a lot of
it.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
What do you think you would be from Stranger Things? You think you'd be like one of the characters or a
I wanted
monster?
to be 11.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or like Max, or like a Demogorgon. Like, I'm just like,
Demogorgon would be cool.
yeah, it'd be hard.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess 11 you would just be. Well, you gonna shave your head?
I know, I was going to ask him, like,
I mean, I'd be 11 from season 3
There you
because
go.
she has a bit of hair.
So just give her some hair and then maybe
Yeah.
just like a little bloody nose. That's pretty,
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. Find her outfit.
Yeah.
And the other thing is like a lot of the styles from the 80s are like popular again, like the way people are dressing.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if I necessarily am happy about that, but it's
well, that's fashion for you. Always comes
always
back, full
comes back,
circle.
yeah.
yeah. So
Always comes back.
I learned that the hard way. I got rid of a bunch of clothes a few years ago, and I'm like, oh, I had something like that in high
darn.
school. I should have kept it.
there you go.
Yeah.
But then we only have so much closet space.
That's why I need a
So
new
hard.
closet, Jennifer.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, man.
So what are you dressing up as, Regine?
You guys will see next weekend on our
surprise.
sit-down special.
Well, I mean, are we gonna do like?
I don't know. That's how I'm like, you guys will find out because I don't know what we're doing.
Regine kind of mentioned an option a couple shows ago,
I was just thinking out loud.
and some we got a couple comments being like, "Yeah, do that."
Yeah.
So, do you think we should do it? I mean,
We could. Yeah, let's do it.
would be
You
kinda
have to
fun.
guys tune in next week.
so
if you
let's
guys
say what it is done.
No.
I mean, people can go watch the. Okay, fine. We won't say it now.
Just don't watch
But-
the other episode
But if you want to go watch the previous episode and find the moment where we talk about what we might be,
where I just threw it in there. Yeah.
yes, you said it more as a joke, and then people were like, "Yeah,
Oh, no.
great. What have you done?" It's more me than you.
Yeah, I know. It's easier for me.
Let me guess, you just dress up as yourself and he has to dress up as a pumpkin?
No, not quite. Although it's close. That's actually weirdly close.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
50% right.
I won't be the pumpkin. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we'll say that.
We'll leave this pumpkin right here.
Oh, okay.
How about you, Denise?
Me? Well, actually, our family's dressing up as the Incredibles.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's our family's first thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, first
Thanks
everything this
everything.
year,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
first Halloween. So we already have like a onesie for Theo, and we have like
my
matching Incredibles.
Who is he
shirts.
going to be?
Well, the baby.
The baby.
He's gonna be Jack Jack.
Yeah.
So,
I love Jack Jack.
Oh, yeah. I'm so excited to see him dressed up. It's gonna be
So is your husband going to wear a buff suit or is it just like a regular?
Yeah, he's just
Because
wearing
Mr.
the-
Incredible is a little bit bigger than your husband.
Oh yeah,
so
he's quite. But no, Scott's just going simple. He's like, I'm more of like your normal type of.
This is your Mr. Incredible.
Yeah, right there.
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good costume.
We're going trick or treating at the mall because
Oh,
we
it's
figured
too
it'd be a little
cold.
easier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Theo's a few months old, so
Yeah, 6.5 months.
let's put that out there, ladies and gentlemen. This woman just had a baby 6 months ago, and she looks fantastic.
But that's because I'm lugging around a 19-pound baby all the time. So I'm weightlifting constantly. So
That's the secret.
And she's a black belt, so I mean,
There you go.
you black belted that fat off.
That's the secret. Yeah, trick or treating at the mall. That makes. I forgot that they do that. Mm-hmm. But that's like, yeah, it's way. I mean, especially for cold weather.
Oh, I know. Yeah, and we could go during the day, so that's a little easier.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah,
that's right. So like all the participating stores had like. Well, I remember when I went one time, they've got a pumpkin display out the front of their store. So any stores that are doing it, you just walk around and they have decorations and stuff.
Yeah, it's fun.
I never knew that.
Me neither. I used to go because I grew up in Scarborough, Toronto area, and my stepdad's family was in Mississauga, so we would literally drive from Scarborough to Mississauga because all the bigger houses were there with the better candy, and we would just walk around and then go back home.
See, I was competitive. When I was young, I would try and get as many streets as possible. I'd be like, come on, you guys, with my brothers. I'm like, hurry up. And so we're running ahead.
Did you have the pillowcase?
I mean, we had garbage bags, and we would dump them and go back and keep going. Oh, it was a good cardio workout. I mean, like, we definitely earned those calories.
This is why you look the way you do now.
You have to have the good motivation.
Did you get that? Make sure you have garbage bags with you. Hefty ones.
I have like this like pumpkin like.
You're not gonna get a lot with a little.
But then I have
one of those too.
But then I have extra like garbage bags, so then I dump it.
Exactly.
That's how I do it.
And that way you go back with the little one. It's like, see, I'm just.
I have no candy.
I know.
Please give me more.
They'll be like, oh, here, take a couple extra.
Oh, here you go. What time is it? Okay. I like going later because some houses have so much candy left that they just like dump it.
Oh yeah.
I'm that house. If like you come to our place and it's late in the night and I just want to turn my lights off, I'm like, just take this box. Here you go.
Yep.
Or I keep it to myself.
I remember one time me and my friend Colin were trick or treating.
How old were you? Like last year?
It was like it was like a year ago or two. You know. No, we were young. We were small, but like we were old enough that like our parents didn't have to come with us. So we were. I don't remember. I don't honestly remember the age, but it was young. But I remember we went a little bit further away to try to get more candy. So we kind of like branched out. Coming back, it was like a much later. And then I remember we were walking back like through the park, and we saw these two like older kids, like teenagers. They saw us and they were like, hey, guys, don't come this way. Go around. Those guys are going to steal your candy. And we looked behind them, and there was like this huge crowd of like a dozen teenagers all walking. And I was like, oh my gosh. So we got so scared, so we went and jumped in a bush. And we hid in the bush while like this group of teenagers walked by.
I can only picture you two now as your grown men like hiding in the bush.
Yeah, this was like a week ago. It was so scary. What were those teenagers going to do to us? But no, it was for being like probably 10 or 12 years old.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
I was like, oh my gosh. So we like watched them walk by. And then we ended up calling our parents to get picked up.
Help, we're stuck in the bush.
Better to err on the side of safety. So
That's right.
Very well done.
Denise needs to show you some
self-defense.
Self-defense.
Yes,
That's right.
So you can protect yourself next time.
Yeah.
You remember what she taught us,
Yeah.
right?
Grab. Okay. Good. Yeah. There we go. Let's see. Oh, look at that.
It's wait, balance, and then look at the
Person and then release her
and then you do this,
live fingers.
and then
Exactly. And you always turn your hand and you try and escape where the opening would be.
yeah.
And if the person's hand is really big and their fingers are overlapping, what's the weakest link? Where all the four fingers are, or where just one little thumb is?
Where the thumb is.
Exactly. So you pull towards the thumb.
Now you know, Scott.
Now I
For
know.
when those
There you
teenagers
go.
come to get you for your candy.
Shout out to those two teenagers ahead of them who
Warned
us.
you, yeah.
Who warned us. I mean, I don't know if those guys were actually going to steal our candy, but
Maybe they were the bullies and they just wanted to scare you.
Who knows?
That could happen.
it worked.
Trick.
Okay, so how old did you stop trick-or-treating? Because I feel like now that kids are getting taller, it's so hard to tell if they're actually little or...
But you know what? I feel bad for those kids because if they want to go out and trick or treat,
give
I
them
feel like
candy.
people are trying to make kids grow up quickly.
Quick, yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what? Youthfulness and just enjoying life. Go out and enjoy.
I
Someone
went
comes to my
trick-or-treating
door-
until grade 11.
Nice.
There you go.
See, I was in grade 9, and people were telling me it was like they would look at me and they're like, how
Well, I
old are you?"
naturally look younger, so I got away with it, and I would go with my brothers who are younger than me. I'm like, oh, let's go.
Aw, you're so lucky.
I don't remember how old I was. I don't know. There's just something hits you and you're like, I guess I'm just done now.
Oh no, I was like, I want candy.
I mean, I do. Yeah. I mean, I do love candy, but now I just.
I'm not a chocolate person.
I'll take your chocolate.
Okay, so
I'll take your chocolate. I give you my candy.
perfect. Well, that's what we did because my brother, he's allergic to peanuts, so anything that had like chocolate and stuff he'd give to my parents.
Oh.
So that worked out for him. But I was like, I'm gonna take this gummy. It may contain traces.
All right, so what's everybody's favorite candy? If you have one.
So my candy would be the chocolate.
What kind of chocolate?
And then of the chocolate with like a caramel, so caramel. I also
yeah.
like
That was my favorite before. Yeah.
the one with the coffee crispy thing. Not coffee crisp. It has like a toffee center. Like it's like a spongy. What's it called? I always forget the name.
Oh, wait.
I know what you're-
Crunchy.
Yes.
Oh, crunchy.
Crunchy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
She's like, what?
I'm trying, like,
What about yours? What's your favorite candy?
I like Skittles.
Okay.
Me too.
Skittles.
Oh wow.
I love Skittles. I especially like the sour ones and the
Yeah.
berry flavored ones of the purple pack.
Oh.
But I don't know if you know this, but Skittles used to have Skittles gum. Yeah, it was like, do you remember that? It was like in a little container, and it legit was Skittles, but gum.
So it tastes like a Skittle, but you just keep chewing and chewing and chewing.
Wow.
Interesting.
I think that's a
was
healthier
I was in high school.
option. Instead of like Skittle after Skittle of sugar, you just have one.
But then they're
And you
so
just
good
put-
that you just take the whole packet.
Oh, okay, so there we go.
Did your parents let you like keep your candy, or did you guys? Because I've heard stories where some kids like their parents gives them like one candy a night, or like they can,
I grew
you
up
guys-
not being allowed to eat candy.
Oh.
So my parents, when my mom would only give me sugar on weekends or for a special occasion like Halloween or a birthday. And then one year I spent the summer at my uncle's in Ohio, and he just gave me all the sugar that I could ever imagine, and I was hooked since. My mom's like, oh, I shouldn't have sent her there.
Bugger.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for me, my parents they tried to control it for us. I mean, on Halloween night, it was kind of like free for all. And I'm like, yeah, chocolate. And then after that, it was like, okay, pick like 2 today. And I'm like, chocolate.
How about 3? Oh, this one's stuck
Actually,
together.
like when I was maybe 4 or 5, I remember like crawling up the stairs, and if I saw my parents were watching TV, me and my brother would like crawl across the floor and like into the kitchen. We knew which drawer all the candy was in, and we'd open up and we'd like grab a couple and like crawl back, look over. Are they still watching TV? Oh shoot, they're looking over. Hide back. Okay, no, go and adventure.
When you're old enough to sneak in
No,
candy.
he will not know that story. No.
How about you, Nicole?
Well, I usually get like 5 candies a day.
Okay.
How about your sister?
Well, she just like gets how much she wants. Like if you don't give her what she wants, like she's gonna like be screaming. So like you just have to listen to her. You know?
Well, for all of you who are watching, her little sister's dancing behind Scott right now. So it's
Oh, she's in the
she's gone now. She's hiding. But
Oh no, she's back.
Yeah, so it's funny.
There she is. She's back. I never had any limits on my candy consumption. And,
Well, lucky you.
And did you have natural control?
No.
No, still don't. Well, what I find now is like for that exact reason, like I guess I have natural control because I make sure like I have no real snack foods in my condo, because if I do, I'll feast on
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
But I remember being a kid like, so first I get home and my parents would inspect the candy. They have to check for fish hooks and whatever,
Needles.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I mean, there's some crazy, so be safe, yeah.
Never found any, thankfully. But yeah, so we would pour it all out on the floor, and then I remember like looking back, I'm like, if I was in my dad's position, like, how do you inspect candy? He's like, he looks through, he's like, okay, it looks
nothing's open.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like
I had to inspect my brother's candy growing up.
So there we go. Okay, it looks good. So I take it all, and I remember I like poured it in my room like in a pile, and I remember like, so it's like for the week or so after Halloween, it's like my special like my
Your
stash.
prized possession.
So like I remember I'd be able to come in and like I could take whatever I wanted, and it was like.
Is it a
Anyway.
competition between you and your brother though? Because Denise is saying her and her brothers are very competitive with who caught the most candy.
I don't know if we were, not really, because I mean I found we'd end up with pretty much with the same amount, because we would always just go to the same places. But then there was also once I got a little bit older, there's that period where it's like he's so young and I don't want to babysit him, so like I don't want to trick or treat with him anymore. There was that stretch of time, so that's why like me and Colin would go together.
Hide in
and
bushes.
stuff. Go hiding in bushes.
That's what you get. You should have went with your brother.
Karma.
There you go. So that's how it goes. But yeah, I remember it was such a big deal to have this stash of candy. So
My favorite thing to do now for Halloween is wait until just like 9 or 10 o'clock at night, and Shoppers starts to reduce the prices of their candy. I wait until I see them like putting stickers on it. I'm like, oh, box of Skittles for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's like
That's what I do.
I do same thing like February 15th and the day after
Valentine's.
Easter as well.
Smart, yep.
Roll in and get like
Our Filipino is coming out. We like good deals.
heart-shaped and bunny-shaped chocolates for like 80% off.
Yeah.
I'll take some Kinder cream eggs.
Kinder eggs.
Are they Kinder? All right, cream eggs, is that Kinder?
I think they're just cream eggs.
Cream eggs. Kinder is Kinder Surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, not
It's
a big
Cadbury.
not a big Kinder Surprise fan.
Is it Cadbury?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The purple one.
Yeah.
You guys like Kinder Surprise?
I like
I
Kinder
used to
Surprise.
love Kinder Surprise, but because I don't like chocolate, I would only take the toy and give the chocolate
Oh my
to
gosh, I wish you were my sister.
I don't know if it's changed. I feel like it has the chocolate now. I had one not long ago. The chocolate tastes like
Chocolate hasn't
Doesn't
changed.
taste the
Your
same?
taste
it
buds
tastes like
changed.
nothing. It tastes like eating nothingness. like
Kinder
there's no
Surprises?
chocolate
I'm not a
taste.
fan of chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
So
But Kinder Surprises were actually banned in the States
Why?
because of the toys.
Because of toys.
But
Yeah.
the toy is the whole point.
Yeah, they're saying it's a is it because it's a choking hazard?
Yeah. But like, how can someone like look at that orange egg and be like, oh,
That's the thing. Even because that's the thing. The toy is encased in a plastic thing that's only slightly smaller than the egg. Like I don't even know how you would accidentally eat that.
Would it be accidental or kids were just like, oh, orange, it might taste like an orange?
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah.
That's
what
probably
little
Yeah.
pumpkin.
Or they could put disclaimers on it saying, please eat with a parent nearby.
Yeah.
Or only feed with supervision.
I know it's banned in the States, but
So that
here
means
in
you literally
Canada,
can't
they don't care.
can't buy them there like at all.
No.
Oh, wow. What a
amazing.
shame. I love Kinder Eggs. I mean, there's big
think-
ones too.
That's
Yeah.
true. I prefer other chocolates. I just used to like Kinder Surprise for the gift. I remember in elementary school, I would like build them and have a whole bunch of them on the desk.
Nice.
But I had one recently. I'm like, this does not taste. Give me like a Lindt chocolate egg or a cream egg.
I just don't like chocolate. Give me a Skittles egg.
Oh, yeah, you don't, yeah, so you're not a chocolate fan.
I'm not. I love Skittles or like sour candies, like Sour Patch Kids, those giant ones.
Oh, I like sour, but they're not my favorite.
Anything sour and gummy.
I prefer
Yeah.
chocolate and I prefer sweet. Like I love nibs.
Oh, okay. Like
And,
the licorice, the little licorice.
However, look, one time I was like, I wanted to buy nibs, and then someone's like, oh, they don't have nibs. Scott, just get Twizzlers. It's the same.
No, they're
I'm
not.
like, it's not the same.
They're not.
Twizzlers and nibs taste
Two
nothing
separate
alike.
things.
What's
Okay.
like Coke versus Pepsi?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good.
When I was with my uncle, the one in Ohio that gave me all that candy, he would like, here's a licorice stick, bite two ends off, and stick it in the Dr. Pepper, and that's with a straw. It's a sugary, super sugary beverage.
And that's a better way. That's a reusable straw.
Exactly.
See? It's ahead of
Save
its
the
time.
environment.
It's the environment. Everybody use a licorice straw. Let's do our ads, and then we'll come back more with Halloween candies, and whatever else we get around to talking about. This Halloween candy segment of the Sit Down was brought to you by Intercontinental Consulting Services for Immigration and Settlement in Canada. Find out how you can live, work, and study in Canada. Visit icscanadaimmigration.ca. Come to Canada. Immigrate, work, study, visit. Contact them today for a free assessment. And it was brought to you by Cecile's Line Dance Class. First established in 1998. We love Cecile's Line Dance Class.
Yes, we do.
They perform all over the city under the Dynamic Divas. They'll be performing at the Canada's Top Choice Get Back fundraising concert in March. But I'm sure you've seen them if you attend any community events in Markham or North York or any of those places. They just dance away, and it's so much fun. And if you want to join them or get fit and party it up on those dancing shoes,
Yep.
line dancing is your thing, they have... Gonna turn that music down. They have classes 3 times a week for all ages, every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at BIM TV, 361 Wilson Avenue, Toronto. Thursdays from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at JC's Banquet, 1686 Ellesmere Road, Scarborough, and every Sunday from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. at the Filipino Center, 4395 Shepherd Avenue East. Thank you very much to our advertisers. Cecile's Line Dance Class. Line dancing with a twist. Right?
Yeah.
It's with a twist.
Yeah.
And we're back.
Yep.
With members of Team Canada Galaxy.
And we also have a bunch of more of our Galaxy sisters tuned in. So good morning, Alexis, all the way in BC. Good morning.
Hello.
Colleen. So we also have Tatiana. Congratulations on winning Junior Miss Brampton yesterday.
She killed it.
We have Janice, so that means our Little Miss and our preteen are tuned in as well. So good morning, ladies.
Hello.
I hope you're all wearing your
Congratulations.
crowns. And of course, our Miss Canada, Galaxy Canada is also tuned in from BC.
From BC.
Wow.
Hello.
Good morning, Canada.
Yeah.
And it's earlier there. Thank you for getting up early on this Sunday morning and sharing your morning with us.
Yes.
And that's the same for all of you people who are tuned in. You could have chosen to tune into any live stream anywhere in the world
Or watch TV.
or watch TV, but you came here to listen to us talk about Halloween candy on the Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.
Yes.
I guess I should remind everybody. It's the day before Election Day in Canada.
Oh, you just got so serious.
The 21st. I don't want to get. We don't really talk politics on the show because let's face it. There's no shortage of places you can go to hear about politics all the time.
But one thing that should be mentioned is
Yep.
You
please
should vote.
vote.
Yes.
You should vote.
One
Exactly.
of the most empowering things you could do, volunteering is something you could do, and
Yes.
it's very empowering. But one thing, once every 4 years,
Vote.
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 You can make a change. Be the change by that one vote. Don't be part of the 60% that do not vote.
Exactly. Find
Use your
out.
voice.
Election
Yes.
day is tomorrow.
Yes.
You can cast your vote.
And don't say you're working and you can't vote because workplaces actually do give you extra
Yes.
time.
Legally-
You can leave
legally
early, yeah.
Yes.
So,
So there you go.
Be the
Go cast your vote.
change. Be the
Nicole,
change.
when you're old enough, you better vote.
Okay, I have to listen to politics now.
Well, pay
attention to
as you
it,
go.
yeah.
Well, because it affects all of us.
Yeah, true.
So, yes. Definitely important.
Yes.
Yes.
And you guys, I don't know. You guys notice, like, everybody now gets those calls. They're not like
Text messages.
Well, I've been getting like automated phone
I'm
calls.
getting text messages.
Yeah, I get
Oh, really?
those too. Yeah.
But like these ones are not real. Like the ones
Automated.
I've been getting, it'll be like, what does it say? It'll say, "This is a call about your social insurance.
Oh, that
And
kind
it
of call.
goes, a warrant has been issued
Yes.
for your arrest." I don't know, but it starts with "This is Elections Canada," right? And so,
What? They're using elections Canada.
Yeah.
I'm saying it. What?
but on Thursday I got like I think 12 of them in one day. Like every
Scott,
hour on the
are
hour.
you sure it's not real?
No, but every hour on the hour I was getting this call, and
Was it the same number?
no, because the thing is,
Oh.
the way these things work is they've got it set up so they can put any phone number they want. So like the number that's calling you is not the number.
Yeah,
that's
they
actually
mask
calling.
their numbers.
Yeah, like if you call back, you're going to be calling some random person who has no
Yes.
idea what's going on.
Yeah.
And so that day, like I said, every hour you answer the phone and there's elections Canada, right? And I was like, and it's like,
At least the text messages aren't that.
well, they're trying to get you to. What they would do if you talk to them is they want you to send them money. Like they claim to be the government that you owe them money or you're going to be arrested. I feel bad because it's
Some people actually
yeah,
do fall
like
for
people
it.
who are either not tech savvy, like I don't know, senior citizens or or new people new to Canada who don't realize that the government doesn't we don't accept
that.
payment
Yeah.
through Western Union.
Yeah.
It's annoying. And what makes me upset is that those things they've ruined the telephone.
Did you
They've
do
ruined
get phone
phones.
calls on your cell phone?
Yeah.
She's not even old enough to vote, people.
Yeah, I know.
My dad got it once and he answered and then he said his SIN
Oh,
number.
Dad.
But nothing happened.
Okay,
Well, that's good.
Thankfully.
So yeah, watch out for that. The government's not going to call you and ask for that stuff. They don't do it. And if they will not be like, go to Western Union and send it. It doesn't work.
No.
So if you ever get a call like that, just hang up. It's not real. There you go. A little PSA for
Yeah.
everybody. Get out and vote, and don't give these people any information.
No.
But yeah, they've ruined the telephone. Can you imagine this magical device? Alexander Graham Bell invented this thing, and now nobody even wants to answer it because these people.
Yeah, I don't think I answer my phone if I don't know the number anymore.
No, and that's why.
Yeah.
And the thing that's funny is like, so that Thursday, or was it Thursday or whatever day? It doesn't matter. I had dinner reservations that evening.
Oh,
Right.
so you thought it was
Well, some restaurants now like they'll call you kind of
confirm.
to confirm, and so this one number I kept not answering it because I was like,
Oh no, it was
This
a
is-
reservation place.
I was like, oh, it's this guy's calling again. So finally I answered, and they're like, hi, is this Scott? Oh yeah, hi, we're just calling to confirm your reservation. I was like, oh yeah, I'll be there. But it's like, look, it used to be someone's calling. It was this ooh, who's calling me?
Now it's,
like-
someone's calling me.
Everything is, yeah.
But make sure you guys go vote. We will be voting.
Yes.
So,
If you haven't already.
No, no,
oh yeah,
Actually,
a lot of people.
Canada has made history this year with the most number of advanced voters.
Oh, really?
Yes. So I think it was like 4.7 million people went out and voted. I'm like, oh, amazing. That means that people are feeling empowered because they are like, okay, my voice has to be heard. It's one vote, but that vote will add up to this mass that will make change.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy.
Because you have to think, right? Like if anybody who goes, "Oh, my one vote," right? It doesn't count.
Like your
But
one vote does
But then if you
count,
think
yeah.
if everybody thinks that way, right? It's all of those things add up. It's the same thing with like recycling, right? If
Yeah.
you go,
Yeah.
oh, this
Or someone else will do it.
This one can, right? But if you think that if you're one of a million people all going, this one thing is, that's a million cans.
Exactly.
And it's the same thing with.
You're
with
speaking
your
to
vote.
the past Miss Earth Canada over here.
There you go.
Environmental stuff.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
So go cast your vote. And like I said, I'm
Yes.
not interested in telling anybody how they should vote.
No,
But,
exactly. Do your
Just vote.
research,
Yeah.
read up on each party's platforms, and see what you really resonate with.
But don't do it now. Do it at 12 when our show's over.
Oh,
yes.
well, voting's it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the
Tomorrow.
day. So tomorrow.
I mean, so what? Start your research after.
Do
this,
it at
obviously.
12
Yes.
o'clock. And
Look,
then,
9 minutes, people. You can wait 9 minutes, okay?
Yes.
And yeah, that's right. Election day, and telephones are ruined, and
Make sure you vote.
lock up those people who are doing this.
Yeah, that's not fair. Oh, what bugs me about phones too now is when, not phones in general, but when they do the Amber Alert and it goes off and the people call 911 because...
Oh, to complain about
Yeah.
it. Yeah. In fact, actually, there was one guy who I think he ended up getting charged because
He kept calling 911
he kept calling
to block
911
it,
to deliberately complain, and but he even said like that he was doing it to deliberately waste their time the way
Yeah.
that and
So it was malice.
Yeah.
It
See,
was wow.
when those 4 or 5 siblings was missing.
yep.
Well, the thing is what if that was your family member? What if that
Exactly.
was your child? And so
Yep.
always imagine, like, what if the sheep were
yourself
on the
in
other
there,
foot?
yeah.
Yep. And look, I get it. And the people complaining, I guess maybe they have an early shift and they got to get up in the morning.
But it was
Blah, blah,
during
blah,
the
blah, blah.
day.
Yeah. Well, maybe they work nights. My point is, whatever it is, everybody's doing stuff. Everybody's got problems. Everybody's got lives to live. But in those exact moments, I mean, it's seconds matter,
Yes.
and like a life is literally,
4 or 5 lives
on
were...
the line. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we can all just handle a little extra notification on our phones.
Oh, the phone.
Although, funnily enough, my phone doesn't get them.
Oh,
Because
no.
you're a BlackBerry.
No, it's not. It's not what it is. I mean, I have a BlackBerry, but it's an Android phone. But for whatever reason, it just doesn't. Like I've been in rooms where like it'll go off everybody's phones, and I'll just be like,
Why is mine not going?
It's broken. That's why. No, I'm kidding.
yeah. Well,
That's BlackBerry.
the BlackBerry is the best phone around.
Oh.
She's like, no. Nicole doesn't say much, but
I get to differ.
And you can take that to the bank. No, I love my BlackBerry. I will always type on this keyboard.
we know you enjoy your BlackBerry.
I
Well,
do.
it is an actual button keyboard. So.
Well, that's
yeah.
why. That's
Yeah.
the thing I love about it. It's like I can walk at a fast speed and text
I can
accurately.
too.
That's dangerous. Don't cross the street when you do that.
I can look.
Here's the thing.
I can text and not look on an iPhone, and there's no buttons.
Oh, wow.
I don't believe you.
Not right now, but I mean,
Because here's the thing: if you can't look, if you're not looking, how do you know you're typing the right place?
'cause this is a lot of being out where you shouldn't be on your phone. I'm like,
Okay, I can imagine you get good at it. But my point is, with my keyboard, because I have tactile keys, I can go down here and I know what I'm typing.
what are you typing right now?
Well, I didn't actually type anything,
Exactly.
but anyway, I love
Dee's
that so far.
typing Team Galaxy Canada is the best.
That's right.
Go.
Come down the Galaxy.
Team Canada.
Go
Yes.
Team Canada.
That's why
So-
she's wearing a Canada shirt.
That's right. Oh yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
As you're wearing your Team Regine shirt.
I am wearing my Team Regine shirt. Oh yeah, did we mention that already?
No, we did not.
Look at that. Beautiful.
Oh, he didn't put it on your camera. Camera 4, camera 4, camera 4.
There we go. There it is.
I was doing
There's
this
my
for like
hand.
20 minutes. There. Yeah, Team Regine, everybody. Although, yeah, I should get a Team
Canada Galaxy.
Canada.
Sure, Team Canada. Yeah.
Cindy, I hope you're listening. He wants a Team Canada t-shirt.
Yeah, Cindy, if you're on here, actually, my question to you guys is, why did you choose Galaxy? What was it about Galaxy that drew you to it?
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of like Regine and Cindy were just like DMing me on Instagram, and they were
slid
messaging my
into the
mom on
DMs.
like Facebook. They're like, "You have to do it," and my mom's just like, "Yeah, okay, we'll do it."
Awesome.
I don't regret it at all.
No. I did it, one, because Cindy. Cindy was like, yeah, you should really look into it and doing it. And I did my research, and it is the way that the system is where you get from Little Miss to Mrs., and we're all different women of different lifestyles, different colors, different body shapes. I was like, that's amazing. And I like how they actually do promote community service and giving back to the community.
Yeah, actually, that's the biggest thing that I also really appreciated was just the inclusivity part. That doesn't matter if you're married or if you have children, young or as old as you are. If you have a passion to do a pageant and you want to do it, it gives you that opportunity. A lot of pageants have constraints in terms of age ranges, marital status, if you have a child or not. And so this pageant truly is inclusive that way. So that I think is pretty amazing. Yeah.
And it's also, I think, worth mentioning, Cindy with an S runs a very great pageant.
She does.
She just
amazing.
is, right? I know you.
Because you're at the first one.
I was at the first one.
Ooh.
And again, I've talked to other, candidates. They've all been, gushing about just how well run it is, and she takes care of everybody. Right?
She does.
So shout out to Cindy.
And that confetti.
Confetti cannon,
Yes.
which was apparently a lot of work to clean up. But thank you so much for the opportunity for that moment.
The confetti can't.
I worked for the Crown and the confetti guys.
Did
There was no mishap so I know you're going to ask. So in the 2019 pageant, the confetti machine went off and went face first into one of the girls' mouths.
Oh,
because it was at the back of the stage. Was it in the same position?
No, this time it was at the front of the stage.
I see. Yeah, it was at the back of the stage, so it would shoot from behind everybody and then land over top of them on the stage.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, one girl happened to be walking towards the back of the stage at
And
the
I'm
moment it went
watching
off.
everything.
And she got a face blast full. And it was a pageant highlight.
It was my favorite moment of the 2019 pageant just because I was the only one that saw it happen.
It was funny. And we had her, she was on the...
Yes, we've had her here. We talked about it. So there was none of that this year because the confetti machine was in front of us this time.
yeah, and shooting upwards.
Yes. No, this one was too, but because everyone was walking off stage, they walked right...
Yeah, because it was kind of at an angle. So it was like this behind. So it shoots that way down towards everybody.
Okay.
It was very funny.
Interesting flavor, confetti.
But yeah, finding confetti everywhere after the pageant is always fun.
That's right. So next for you guys, you have the arraign for this year.
For the year.
And then it's international. Is that what happens next?
Yep. Oh, look at Nicole's face. She's so excited. We're all excited. Yeah, internationals, July 2020 in Chicago.
Ooh.
Yes. 4 days of fun and adventure. And
Have you been to Chicago before?
no. Yeah, see, it's our first time.
Chicago's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful city.
And because it's a windy city, we need to hold on to these crowns. for
Okay,
your
bobby
life.
pins.
Yeah.
Make sure you
That's
have
right.
your bobby pins.
Now those crowns are heavy. They'll be okay.
You'd be surprised.
But it's you guys will love it. It's a really nice place.
Are you coming to Chicago to support Team Canada?
You know, I just might. We'll see. I mean, Chicago's great. I'd love to come out. Maybe I will.
Yeah, make sure you have your new T-shirt by then.
I'll have a Team Canada. Yeah, that's right.
Team
Team
Canada.
Canada Galaxy shirt.
Because especially we're going to be...
And then on the back, it could say all of our names on it.
Ooh.
Ooh, if you're a printing company and you want to work with us on this t-shirt, let us know.
Front and back. We'll have to... Okay, we'll get on that.
Yes.
And we're out of time.
Oh, wow,
Just like
we
that.
are.
You know, this hour shot by. I don't know
That was
about
a
you
fun
guys,
hour.
Yeah.
But it was a very
Great
fun
company.
hour. Yes, wonderful company. Where can people... Do you guys have any social medias you'd like to let people know about where people can find you?
Nicole?
You can find me on Facebook at Junior Miss Galaxy Canada and on Instagram at Junior Miss Galaxy Canada also.
And it's spelled J-U, not
Yeah.
J-R.
Yeah.
So actually the word junior.
Junior, yeah.
Junior.
Galaxy Canada.
Junior Galaxy Canada.
Junior Miss Galaxy Canada.
Junior Miss Galaxy Canada.
Yep.
Get it right, Scott.
Okay, anyways, Junior Miss Canada. What she said.
On Facebook and Instagram.
Yes. And then mine, so the Instagram is actually different from the Facebook. So the Facebook is the Mrs. Galaxy Canada, so the MRS Galaxy Canada. And then Instagram is just Mrs. Galaxy Canada.
There you go. You can, and Regine?
You guys can find me, as you guys know, on my Instagram at It's Regine Alaina, or you can follow the Galaxy one, which is MS Galaxy Canada, and as well on Facebook.
Follow them both, guys.
All three of us. But also make sure you follow Canada Galaxy Pageants on Facebook and Instagram, and then you can also follow Little Miss, Miss
All
Teen,
the other queens.
Junior Miss,
Preteen.
Preteen, Miss, Mrs., Ms. We're all there, so make sure you follow us.
Just follow them all.
How about you, Scott? Where can they find you?
You can find me, and the best place is on YouTube. YouTube.com/Scott Dion Brown. SCOTTDION Find me on YouTube. It's my favorite place to post videos. We posted the 1,000 subscriber special recently featuring Regine as my co-host, as the broadcasters in that video. It was a lot of fun. We had a big remote control car race.
You guys should watch it. It's honestly,
a lot of fun.
It was funny to watch.
Yeah, it was. It was like because it was my 1,000. We hit 1,000 subs, so we had a race that was 1,000 meters. And we each had a remote control car, and we raced each other around this track, and it was very, very hilarious.
It was fun.
Yeah.
You guys should watch it.
YouTube.com/Scott Dion Brown. You can find me on all the other social medias, Scott Dion Brown on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, but those are all just satellites for my YouTube channel.
Channel?
For my YouTube channel.
Yes.
So come find me there, and yeah.
And make sure you guys tune in next Sunday for our Halloween special. And of course, the following weekend will be our 1-year special. So there's a lot of specials coming up. So make sure you tune in. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter on the Sit Down Radio Show.
That's right. And so, Regine, I think we'll say goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to you two from Team Galaxy Canada for being our guests. Congratulations
and of course,
again.
to all of those who are tuned in right now from all across Canada, good morning, good afternoon, happy Sunday Fun Day, and we'll see you next weekend.
Bye.
That's it for today, folks. To Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown. If you think 60 minutes is not enough, well, you better catch us again next week, because it is not just about music or pure talk. It's your weekend pastime. And witness the next worthy of your time episode of the program right here on Crosswave Radio. To Sit Down with Scott Dion Brown.